So you started on Etsy and now you want to move on over to Shopify, maybe create your own brand or maybe just bring the products on over to Shopify. Like I saw this question right here and this is a great question. Can't you start with Etsy style print on demand stuff and later transition to branded stuff? The short answer is yes, but it's kind of more complicated depending on the products and the branding style of whatever products you are attempting to create. This may be a long-winded video, but I just kind of want you guys to really understand what I'm about to go over. So if you've been following me from the beginning, I've been selling online from platforms like Shopify to Etsy, done multiple millions of dollars selling on these online platforms. And I don't just show screenshots of this sale and this sale. I actually show video proof multiple times over. There's multiple videos of me shipping out physical products from my basement to the warehouse and even doing lots of print on demand. Now you may be thinking shipping out yourself is better. You might be thinking print on demand is better. Listen, there's pros and cons to everything. And at the moment, we mostly use print on demand. And the popular products, we may take those in-house depending on how crazy it is and the time of the year and if we need to take control or not. But if you don't know by now, you can start with print on demand and you can even scale with print on demand because after a certain point, it's really difficult to ship out thousands of orders in-house without using another fulfillment company. So what a company like Printify does is if you have a design, they have thousands of products for you. For example, they have a tote bag. You could take that design, stick it onto the tote bag, and you pay them a flat price. For example, it could be $13, $14 for the tote bag. I think it's even cheaper than that. And then you charge the customer $20, $25 and you keep the difference. But they're going to do the printing, they're going to do the shipping, and they're going to handle that fulfillment, which can really get crazy in the long run. So I don't even know why I brought up the argument of fulfillment because now we're about to go into the argument of selling on a marketplace and then selling on your own platform. So I'm going to do my best to show you some examples of what I mean by Etsy style designs and then going into selling more of your own brand or branded products. It just kind of depends what you consider a brand. For example, this one right here is like a funny, inappropriate t-shirt and it's not necessarily a brand, right? Your brand's not about being moister than an oyster unless, you may have a whole series dependent on the actual design style. Then, maybe it can be a brand. It just kind of depends what you consider a brand. Sometimes what people consider as a brand is just by establishing the name of the actual brand. For this example right here, this Huff brand, majority of their products has the H, has the HUF, the name of it and so forth. So sometimes this is what some people consider a brand. But now if you check it out, this is all t-shirts from Zara, the retailer shop. And these are all graphic design shirts that they have and they supply. And none of them say Zara on it, but they're all, graphic design t-shirts. So, maybe this is what you consider a brand. Now here's a website right here that's pretty much a brand as well. It's called Look Human, but most of the t-shirt designs on here it kind of emulates that Etsy style where every single product design is within a particular niche, but they're not necessarily selling Look Human t-shirts, right? So, every single product would never really have anything to do with the actual brand name, but each and every single product design is within a niche that has a really nice audience and they gravitate to these products and they really like these products and they're likely to convert with these types of products if these products come across their timeline or their face, right? They're a cat lover and they see this product design, they're like, man, I like that. But it has nothing to do with Look Human. So really think about it. Is this something that you consider a brand? So it really depends what you consider a brand. And that's why, short answer, yes, you can start off with Etsy and then hop into Shopify at a later time or, build your own brand out. But what's going to be really difficult is if you start on Etsy trying to sell your brand. For example, if that Huff brand was yours, you selling the H letter logo, HUF, all those t-shirts on Etsy, no one's looking for that on Etsy. Etsy is a marketplace. Customers are coming on here searching for products they are interested in. They're not coming on here typing in Huff brand. Right? They're looking for funny t-shirts. They're looking for Father's Day shirts. They're looking for gifts. They're looking for t-shirts within particular niches, such as the cats. So for example, I hope I can find a brand that's on here that's like a brand someone's trying to build. But for example, I'm going to hop onto Etsy and just type in cat shirt and see what pops up. Look, there's lots of different cat products that are popping up. And this right here, if you're not aware by now, is a tool called Everbee. So I get some inside analytics of what products may actually be working, right? So this one right here looks like monthly sales of $571. But what's really awesome is you look at this little trend chart right here, and this will give you even clearer idea because this right here is an average. Lots of people look at this number, but this one right here is going to give you a more clear idea of which products to actually focus on. You can actually see this little trend chart, right? So if I click on this one right here, this one says in 20 carts. I'm going to click analyze listing and boom, this one looks really, really nice. It's quite consistent. So, that's called Everbee. I'll post that tool down below if you want to use that to do some product analytics. But regardless, if you have a brand brand that's just focused on cats, right? Then that's probably something you could sell on Etsy because lots of people are coming on here and look for cats. So if I click on your actual shop name, I would expect everything in here to be about cats, right? Because then there's a true correlation between the Etsy shop and then transitioning to your own brand on your own Shopify store, right? So if I scroll down here, obviously they do have some cat stuff, but at the same time they don't. It's just kind of all over the place because there's Etsy, and they do have some trademark infringement items as well. So this shop probably won't last forever, but damn, they've been around for a little while. So I don't know, sometimes you get away with it, sometimes you don't. It's like speeding. But anyways, the point is, like, they have products on here that customers are searching for. They don't have Huff products because that's not what customers are looking for. So yes, you could potentially start on Etsy your print-on-demand style products, right? All the products that are really working using proven product research methods, just like the one I just kind of showed you. And then you sell all those products, and then you could take your winning listings on over to a Shopify store, and maybe you can create yourself something like this if this is what you consider a brand. But a lot of times people confuse it because, you know, this is not something most people consider a brand. They consider it to be something like the Huff thing, right? Where it's like your own brand name. If you want to go about that route, you know, I would strongly recommend thinking about the niche that you are actually in and think about if it's a strong niche. For example, faith-based brands, they work out really well. So you can look up faith-based t-shirts, Christian t-shirts on Etsy and see what's working on here, right? And then, you know, your whole shop can be all Christian related products, or, you know, it can be a little bit of everything. And then you just take all your faith-based t-shirts and move that on over to your brand if you want to. And that could work out for you. But as you can see, I'm going to do a deeper product analytics using Everbee. There's lots of them doing really well. $13,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $6,000 per month. And, you know, maybe this is something that you want to focus on. And maybe your whole Etsy shop is just faith-based t-shirts, right? So it's up to you. It depends on what you consider a brand. So if you have something that's like Rich's Faith as your actual brand name, it's going to be a whole lot easier for you to just stick within that niche on Etsy and then move on over to your own platform, on over to your own shop. Or you can do something like how Look Human has theirs, so that it's also still kind of easy to transition as well. It just kind of depends on what lane you want to go to. With something like Look Human, it's really easier to be able to dive in each and every single niche, going into weddings, going into birthdays, going into Father's Days, you know, and being able to hop on whatever wave is going really crazy, and you're able to run ads on multiple different offers. But if your whole brand is just based off of one niche, maybe just faith-based religious t-shirts, it's easy for you to run ads, and within just that one ad, it's easy for them to ascend and upsell to other products on your website because everything is just within that one niche that they are already interested in. And it's also easier to do more email marketing, text marketing, because everything you're selling is within just that one market. But at the same time, if you have something like Look Human where you're in each and every single niche, you can still do email marketing. You just have to segment it out dependent on what the customer's behaviors are on what they actually purchased. So it is a very long-winded answer, but it's something that you really got to think about. And I hope it draws some clarity to you, because anytime I receive these questions, it can be confusing the way I answer it because it just depends on what you think is a brand. Also, this video right here, we did about $59,000 in 30 days, and it is based off of finding a winning product from, you know, Etsy and then dragging it on over to Shopify and then running ads on a winning product because it's easier to shove a product into customers' faces that they may already like. So I'll link this video right here.